Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be basically speaking about a couple of different things. I want this to be a long video because lots of you actually enjoy longer videos from me, so that's what I'm doing today. And I hope that everybody is doing really well and just easing back into life. Obviously we are still wearing masks and things aren't all the way normal yet, but I hope that you guys are dealing with things really well. Now basically I'm doing a story time first, and this story time should really help, and then I'll be going after the story time. I'll be telling you about my experiences using a particular website that you have been asking me to do this video for months, so I'm finally doing that towards the end of the video. So story time first, which is a funny story time. Also, it will be an enlightening one, and this is a story time on my time dating a stingy guy. This story time will help you if you are still that type of girl that is still dating Tom, Dick and Harry, whistling on the street corner. This will stop you guys from dealing with those types of people, and it will get your mind right, and it will get you on this wavelength, on this level, and on your beneficial dating journeys, okay, with ease. So if you're interested, keep on watching. Let's take this back a few years. I found myself, lo and behold, on Tinder as you do back in the day. Now these times when I was going on Tinder, I was looking for guys that were my own age up to about 10 years older. That was like the most I would kind of like do. So that was about 5 years ago, right? My main type was definitely like, I was still into that kind of that swagger. I liked guys that were very confident. I liked not cocky but confident. I liked guys who were maybe had a bit of muscle on them, and I just liked things that are so different to what I like now. I don't want my guy to have any confidence well, in the boardroom, honey, but not anywhere else. You know, I don't want a guy with muscles. If he's spending too much time in the gym, he's not spending enough time at work. But 5 years ago, I was like, you know, I was liking the muscles, and I was into that kind of look. So I started dating somebody who, his face was not gorgeous. He wasn't the best looking. Like, I've dated a lot of very pretty guys, but he definitely was not pretty, but I guess he felt like he was, okay? Which is a bad comment. If you're dating somebody who thinks he's pretty, he might as well be, okay? Because he thinks that he's on that level even when he is not. We're speaking on Tinder for a few days. We moved over onto WhatsApp, and then we decided to meet and go on an actual date. So we meet up for the first time. He looks just like his photos. He is taller than I expected, which was like, that was kind of yummy when I used to care about looks. And he was just very manly, okay, when it came to his physical appearance and his voice. So let's be very clear. His physical appearance was manly, masculine, and so was his voice, okay? And he also, even though he was the same age as me, he was definitely more established. He had his own business with his friends. There were 3 of them, and they had a partnership in a restaurant. So he was not Tom, Dick and Harry. Even though he spent a lot of time evidently in the gym, he was definitely working hard. He was doing lots of hours and really focusing on his business to make that thing thrive. I went on a few dates with him. I want to say we went on about 3 dates, and then obviously he wanted me to come to his house so he could cook for me, you know, trying to pull that whole card, which I was not going for. Even though I was into the looks, I was not running around here trying to bang everything and just get into bed with every single person, because I know that when you do that, even a long time ago. I know that when you do that, guys lose interest, and I don't need another notch on my bedpost. Like, that's not what I'm going for. I'm trying to be courted, etc. So if you want to be courted, you don't jump in bed with everybody. So on about our seventh date maybe, we went out to eat, and at first we were having an amazing time. We were laughing and everything was just like normal. And then he gets a phone call which makes him moody as heck, okay? So he gets this phone call and he is angry, he's swearing, he is going crazy, and he then takes the phone call away from the table. He comes back and he's silent and moody and acting like a spoiled brat. I was just like, are you okay? And he says,
it's just stuff with work. They're trying to accuse me of doing X, Y, and Z.
Okay. Now the X, Y, and Z was something to do with money. Maybe that he had taken some money, or that he hadn't counted something properly when cashing up. So I'm thinking, okay, you know, ditzy me. Oh, clearly something's gone on. There's some miscommunication going on with him and his partners, and they just need to like sort that out. But I wasn't thinking anything of it really. Over the next couple of days, he was mentioning that he was still sad about what happened, and that him and his partners are still iffy and they're not on the best of terms right now. And he would really like to meet up with me to make him feel better. And I was like, of course, like, let's meet up. And I knew that he liked bowling because this is something that he brought up before, and so I suggested, look, let's go bowling, let's meet here. And we went to bowling in, I think it was near Canada Water, if I remember correctly. That's where we were. It was my idea to meet there, okay? I said to go to Canada Water bowling. So we meet up, and girl, we went bowling. After we went bowling, you come out and then there's like a bar. So it's kind of like a pub inside the bowling alley. So long story short, he wanted me to pay. He wanted me to buy him a drink. So maybe it was because I told him about the venue. He thought I was asking him out on a date. He was trying to flip things and make it seem as though, look, I've asked. He wanted it to seem as though he's a victim because of what happened to him with his partners and maybe money that he stole, I don't know. And he wanted me to buy him a drink. And the way that he asked was,
would you treat me because I've treated you every time?
That's literally what he said. And I was so embarrassed that I was like, you want me to pay for your drink? You want me to pay for this date? And he was like,
well, yeah, like, I've treated you every time and I'm stressed out. We've met up because I've got things going on and it would be really nice if you treated me.
Needless to say, I never actually saw him again. And because I was making a big deal out of it and the bartender was right there, I think that he felt embarrassed. So he said, oh, don't worry about it. Like, I've got it. And he paid. Guys, what he was trying to get out of paying was literally about £12. The drinks were like £6 each. Like, it wasn't like it was expensive. Like, we both had like just a cheap drink. I think I had a double Baileys and he had whatever he had. So it's not even like it was expensive that you need to try to finesse me out of £12. Like, he actually must have stolen the money from, he must have been in a very bad way financially. And maybe he was stealing money from the company to pay for our prior dates. Maybe he was, maybe. So that was a stingy guy. That was a stingy guy. He was the same age as me. He was making out initially like he had money. He had this business. It was thriving. It was doing very well. I did actually go to his restaurant and the food was very yummy. The moral of the story is, don't be a fool. And as soon as somebody disrespects you or does something that you don't deem fit for any dating experience that you want to have in your own life, cut them off immediately. Stop dating them and move on. Bigger and better, onwards and upwards, high standards only. So that was the moral of that story time. So let's go over onto the other topic. So you guys have been asking me time and time again, Ziva, speak about your secret benefits experience, and I still haven't done that. So I went on Secret Benefits to do some research for you ladies, okay? And when I went on Secret Benefits, I was speaking to lots and lots of men who seemed very genuine. I saw lots of profiles who were actively seeking sugar babies, who wanted to be sugar daddies, who wanted arrangements for various reasons. Some reasons were that they were disabled. There were a couple of men that were disabled and would obviously naturally find it more difficult in life to date women that they deemed to be out of their league, okay? So there were disabled men, there were men who just didn't have the time for a relationship, there were married men, there were so many different types of men on there. And I was speaking to a lot of guys. I'm not prejudiced, I will speak to anybody. So yes, I spoke to the disabled guy. Yes, I spoke to the married guy. Yes, I spoke to this guy. Yes, I spoke to that guy. And I dated a few. And I went on 4 dates. I met with 4 men, okay? And out of those 4 men, I started arrangements with 2. I had 2 arrangements instantly. So I just want to put this out there. Just because I had a good experience on that website, it doesn't mean that you will. But obviously Tinder is very, very good as well. So that was my Secret Benefits kind of mini update experience thing for you guys. I had a good experience on there and you should definitely check it out if you want to. But I'm going to love you and leave you here, and I'll see you in my next video.